Hi kids, today we're going to be relating multiplication to division, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start out with a word problem today, and it says Joelle and 5 friends collected 126 marbles. They shared the marbles equally. How many marbles will each person get? So we're going to focus on our question because our question helps us solve and we know what we're looking for. This is our question. How many marbles will each person get? Well, we know that there are 5 friends, and we know that there are 126 marbles, and we know that Joelle is the owner of these marbles, so we have to include him. So Joelle and 5 friends, so that's a total of 6 people that we're looking to see how many marbles they will get. Now, let's look at a strategy that we can use. So a strategy that we could use to solve this problem is to make an array. And so you all are familiar with what arrays look like from 3rd and 4th grade. And it's basically a grid, and we use the numbers within our word problem to decide how we use the array. So this is going to be a division problem that we're solving for. 126 divided by 5. And our strategy is going to be using an array. And here is an array that I created to help with solving this problem. So if there are going to be Joel and 5 friends, that means that I need to make this 6, right? Because we said that was a total of 6, so it's really 126 divided by 6 and not 5. And so here's my array, and notice that I've already shaded it in to show the 5 different friends plus Joelle. So I needed to look at the rows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are my 6 rows that I have created, and the 6 rows are going to represent the 6 friends. Next, I had to make sure that this inside area represented the number 126, which are the marbles. So there are 6 friends, and they're represented by the rows, and then there are 126 boxes shaded in to represent the marbles. And so if each row is a friend, so we're going to put some of Joel's classmates in here, some of his friends. So we have Joel, Han, Nicholas, Charlie, Mia, and JP. So here are his friends. Each one of them represents a row. And then now all we need to do is figure out how many in each row, how many squares, how many boxes shaded in each row, and that will give us the total number of marbles that they will get. So all we need to do now is to count how many squares there are in each row. Why don't you go ahead and pause the video and take a moment to count how many squares in each row. Okay, so hopefully you have counted correctly and you have a number in mind. We want to look at this problem, 126 divided by 6, and we're thinking to ourselves, 6 times what number equals 126, because we can flip this problem around and make it an inverse problem, so we do the inverse operation. And so this is how we could look at this division problem. So how many squares are shaded in each row? So hopefully you counted 21, and now we can answer the question. How many marbles will each person get? Okay, each friend will get 21 marbles. So 6 times 21 equals 126, which would also mean that 126 divided by 6 equals 21. Okay, let's try another example. This next example, we are going to go back and look at the distributive property. And so we can also use the distributive property for division just like we could for multiplication. And we're going to see how we can relate the two. So if we had this problem 52 divided by 4, we could use an area model. I'll put A here. Area model. And the distributive property to divide. And that's what we're going to go ahead and look at doing. So I want us to think about this problem as 4 times what number equals 52. Because we can also do inverse operation. 52 divided by 4 can also be thought of as 4 times what number equals 52. And so an area model would help us be able to determine that. So here's our area model. And we need to go ahead and take what we know right now and put it inside of this area model. And so what we need to do is understand that 52, this number 52, represents the entire area. So 52 represents this space inside. But in order for us to relate this to an area model, we need to decide how we can break apart 52. This part over here represents the width of our area model, which is 4, and we get that 4 from our divisor here. And 52, we need to make that more compatible. So we need to think of a way that we can make 52 compatible with 4, and we can make this division statement a lot simpler to solve. So we're going to take the number 52 and we're going to break it apart. So I'm actually going to take it out of my area model, and now I'm going to see how I can break that number apart. And the best way to do that is to change the 52 into 2 different parts, 40 and 12, because that will make 52 when we add them together. 40 plus 12 is 52. And what we need to think to ourselves is 4 times what number is going to give us 40, and 4 times what number is going to give us 12. So 4 times 10 is 40. We can represent that. 4 times 10 is how we got 40. And then 4 times 3 is going to give us 12. So we can represent that as plus 4 times 3 for this section. Okay? And we can go ahead and group these together, because we learned about grouping things together when we were doing our properties. And we know that that total area is 52, because that is what we decided this middle area is 52. 40 and 12 made it 52. So we've just breaking this apart so we can solve it. So now what we need to do is figure out what to do from and this is pretty much the easy part of it all, figuring out what to do next. We just take the 10 and we take the 3, because these were our unknowns. Remember, we had to solve it. These were our unknowns, and we went ahead and showed them here and how it fits all together with this model, and we add them together. It's simply what we do. So 10 plus 3 equals 13. 10 plus 3 equals 13. And we have successfully solved this problem. So 4 times 13 equals 52, which would mean 52 divided by 4 equals 13. And that is how we use the distributive property. So remember to complete your list. Remember to write a 5 to 8 sentence summary of what you learned from the video. Remember to also write a question that you have about the video that you watched. Don't forget to go on Edmodo and let us know that you've watched the video. See y'all back in class. And one more thing. Do you think that you could use the distributive property to solve a problem? I sure hope so. Why don't you try it on this problem and also include that in your journal, and we'll see how well you did tomorrow. Take care.